Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And welcome to a very, very special edition of Taco Tuesdays, which I know y'all love. This is Taco Tuesdays with maybe, extra spicy salsa, because not only do we have David, Tarot by the Bay, but we also have his identical twin cousin, Gary, from Twin Tarot.
Hey, my twin cousin. Hey, cuz.
Howdy. Did I say cousin?
Well, our family did come from southern Italy, and that's a little backwards there. They came from the Smoky Mountains in southern Italy.
Y'all know what I meant.
Exactly.
Don't pretend like you didn't.
Is that a banjo in the background?
There is that. There is that. So hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining us. I will say first and foremost, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Not only to my channel, but to David's channel and to Gary and David's Twin Tarot. All the information is down in the description of the video. But for those of you that are coming in here from David and Gary's chats, feel sorry for me. I'm an old lady. Make me happy. Subscribe to my channel. Nice. You want to see me cry? Is that what you want? Yeah, just do the like, share, and subscribe, because it really, really, it means a lot, and it gets us out in front of more people and whatnot. And Gary, what do you think of your brother's rise to success, man? He's taken over you.
Oh, we make fun of him on a daily basis.
Yes, rode his coattails the whole way up.
It's really cool to see how he's progressed since he started, and every time he puts out something that really has some traction, I text him and say, "Oh my God, that one really resonated." I think the one with Crockett and Marjorie Taylor. that one really shot.
Viewers like the tea. Oh God, do they like the tea? Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. They'll go watch the videos for stuff that's causing you a lot of stress. But when you get something good like that, they're ready to pile in. Because if nothing else, it's like, okay, we can just breathe and relax a little bit. This isn't going to be end of the world stuff. This is just cat fights, and we're here for it because they really just like Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she's so obnoxious.
Good old-fashioned mudslinging there.
Exactly. And you know what? Some of these people, it's like they write their own material. And all we do is just deliver the comment on the material that they have presented. Really. Because it's ridiculous how they some of the statements that they make, and they think like no one has recorded them in the past. There's no evidence of videos or comments or nothing. It doesn't exist. Right?
The internet is forever, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah. All righty. So there's, oh my gosh, there's over 100 of you in here right now. So I'm not going to have a chance to say hi to everyone. Just know that I see you guys coming in, and I'm really, really grateful that you're here. And just hopefully this show is going to go really, really well. So there, and you guys say hi to each other and all that good stuff. So the first thing that I thought that we would take a look at is Trump's inability to testify. Yeah, because
the man was holding him down.
I know. He said he was gonna, and he wanted to, but who came by? Like David said backstage, it was his lawyer and the judge who said he wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, the judge won't let him testify.
Yeah, that's right.
So ridiculous.
I know. I know.
I guarantee you his legal team had a collective sigh of relief when they were able to rest their defense without him hitting the stand, man.
Well, after the speculation is that the legal team didn't want Costello on there, and Trump insisted, and you saw how well that worked out. Yeah, let's put Trump up there. This ought to be great. Yeah. They should have just told Trump, do it. The ratings will be over the top. Not televised.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? I think you're absolutely right about them putting Costello up, because I suppose if I had a choice between the two, you don't want to put Trump up like anybody but him. Anybody but him. Although I would have paid to see him get up and testify.
Oh, it's the cross-examination that would have been a real popcorn event, right?
Yes. Yes.
Millions of views on that one.
Yes. Yeah. Mr. Trump, can you sometimes you're confused about your wife's name. What is your wife's name?
Can you name
Melania?
Your please?
Can you spell that?
Here's a picture of your grandchildren. Can you name them, please?
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so he didn't testify. The prosecution and the defense rested. So now the judge is going to have closing arguments on next Tuesday, on the 28th. So how long do we think before this actually gets into the hands of the jury? Because I thought it was going to be this week. I really felt like it was going to be this week.
Yeah. Oh, I did too. And I did a reading on that, and I had the jury getting the case like on a Tuesday, maybe a Wednesday, and wanting to get their deliberations done by Friday because 3-day weekends, not wanting to come back on Tuesday. But yeah, they're not even going to get the case. They'll get the case if they're lucky of Tuesday after. After so let's see. What will the jury get? A case for this?
Yeah.
Okay. 6. Is that 6 days from now? What day is today? Today is. It's entirely possible that the case, because closing arguments are going to be 6 days from now. Today is Wednesday, right? So that's the following Tuesday. That's when they go back in. Closing arguments happen. Okay. It's not known how long they're going to do closing arguments for.
Well, it is Tuesday.
Allowing for a day, but expect a day and a half. What's that, Garf?
It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday, not Wednesday.
Oh, today's Tuesday? Yeah. Oh, duh. I'm on Wednesday time here.
Yeah, but Monday's also a holiday, so maybe it's 6 business days.
Well, yeah, if you think 6 business days, that's
6 business days would work
that's
too.
Thursday. And
okay, it's okay. I think they are going. Yeah, they're going to get the case. It's they have strong feelings about this case. I think from when they get the case, Marina is going to be right on this one. It's going to be about 2 full days. At the end of the second day, they will have their verdict. It's their verdict is going to come relatively quickly here. You got all these emotions involved in here. Okay, so what do we have? We have a page of cups here, which is kind of an unusual thing. Some people are worried about a hung jury, and the page of cups could be like that one person who's not convinced on there. I think there's an absolute movement to get this done quickly. You've got this 8 of cups here and this ace of cups. You might have one person who's trying to hold out. There's been a lot of speculation about that, but I think they're going to fix that problem and say, you've got to stick, you've got to stick with the defense. Or the evidence. You can't just go off of your gut feeling, your trust me, bro feeling. You got to go off the evidence. And I think eventually it works out. Now, the 8 of cups, now in a real wild reading, the 8 of cups could have been, there's 11 people on the jury, not 8. I think they're going to take 2 full days. So if they get it on, if they get it Tuesday night, if basically all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and it could be an announcement at the end of Thursday, beginning of Friday. If they get it on a Wednesday afternoon or something like that, it would be like Thursday and Friday, and they might be done by Friday afternoon. I think they're going to go, it looks like they're going to go through this pretty quickly.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of wands. No, not wands. I'm sorry. I looked at the swords and went, oh, look, there's the wand. No, it's swords.
Sword of Justice? Is that the Ace of Swords there?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's a good card.
Ace of Swords. I also got the Seven of Swords. And I had at the bottom of the deck, I had the Three of Swords. Also, I get the High Priestess and the Empress. So I think that these guys, they're going to go through the motions, but they've already pretty much made up their minds, right? That on what it is that and how basically how they want to rule. And I do agree with you that a lot of it is keeping people on task in terms of evidence, making sure that you follow the evidence. It doesn't matter. Did Michael Cohen lie? It doesn't matter. Michael Cohen could say, oh yeah, I was there when, Trump killed Jimmy Hoffa. It doesn't matter. There's evidence there that they have to follow. So, and Cohen was very, very honest about everything when he was on there, right? Yeah, I stole from him. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I hate him. Yeah. So I think that, these guys with the High Priestess and the Empress, I think that they've already made up their mind. It's just a matter of going through the process. And I do think that there is someone who is going to try to get in there and, oh, well, wait a minute. I'm not so sure about this. I'm not so sure about that. Good thing is there's 2 lawyers on the jury.
Exactly.
So, they can point out, well, yeah. You know what you can do with your feelings, right?
Well, it's funny. One of the advice I get from that is like they all agree except for like one person, and all the 2 days is because that one person, they have to explain it and convince this person all the way through. The other 10 people are like, can we get on with this already?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What were you going to say, Gary?
Just because it was very interesting because Dave was pulling mostly cups and you were pulling mostly swords. And those are really the 2 that you would kind of expect in a jury.
Yeah. I think
right?
Yeah.
Gary, what did you think of like Cohen's testimony? If you've been paying attention to this case or reading up on it.
Absolutely. I mean, clearly that you're not getting a lot of what actually happened. You're getting it, through the reporters and stuff. What I liked about it was he was not going to perjure himself.
Yeah.
He was going to admit to everything, warts and all. So, admitting, I stole $30,000 from him. He owed me money and he wasn't paying me, so I helped myself. Or like when the defense attorney was like, "You call me this name." Yeah, that sounds like something I'd say. There was no F's given about that. He was upfront, and this is who I am, and I was in the cult of Trump, and I did a whole bunch of bad things, and I'm here to set it straight. And he probably came off a lot more credible than Costello did.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, you certainly didn't want Trump up there, but man, they didn't do themselves any favors by putting Costello up there. Talk about just falling on your face at the finish line.
Totally. And I'm sure that there's probably going to be other times in the not so near future that Costello is going to have to appear on different cases in front of Marchand. I wonder how that's going to go.
Yeah.
With the eye rolling and everything else.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Go ahead and do that in a non-Donald Trump case and see what happens to you.
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. Okay. So while we're still talking about Trump, why not? I was reading where federal judge Beryl Howell, she was the judge that, and she is a federal judge, that I think it was the Justice Department went in front of before they even had the grand jury to convict him of in the documents case. And based on the evidence that was presented to her, she said that there was strong evidence that, yes, Donald Trump was doing his utmost best to make sure that the FBI and the National Archives didn't get to the documents. And this was just unsealed today. And part of the documentation was a picture that they had, and it looked like a still, excuse me, from a video of Walt Nauta carrying a box. And this, yeah. And there was also evidence presented too that Trump basically had used his then lawyer, Corcoran, I think was his name, Corcoran.
Yeah, Evan Corcoran.
Yes, yeah, had basically used him to kind of try to get around the moving the documents and basically keeping his lawyer in the dark.
Yep.
So I find all this interesting, and I'd like to know if we can take a look at the cards and find out, is this going to help Jack Smith? I really, really, really want to see this. I really want to see a date set for this trial. And I really want to see Judge Cannon gone, but that's just me being petty.
Okay, let's see what the energy around this latest data information in here. Oh, ouch. Okay, so foundation of the reading is the Two of Pentacles. It's trying to keep the balls up in the air, declining values. In my court card cases, this could also be flipping. So this, now granted, you've got these three guys that are on there, and they're all with Trump attorneys. Yes. So I don't think anybody's going to, and when I say three guys, I mean De Oliveris, Nauta, and Trump are all involved in this. So I don't see any of them flipping, not while Trump is paying for their attorneys. This should cause at least one of them, if not two of them, to want to flip, though, because it's like you're caught dead to rights. And their only hope is that Donald Trump gets elected president and pardons you and gets with your get out of jail free card. But I think it's like the look on this guy's face is kind of astonishment, like, oh, I don't believe it. I think it's just more evidence of wrongdoing that's been going on. And yeah, Ace of Swords, cross of the Ace of Swords, sword of truth, injustice, being on the mountain of right, so to speak. So this evidence is basically demonstrating to people that Trump and his lackeys are lying. Here's a picture of you carrying the boxes that you said you've never seen in your life.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if family members don't start lobbying one or two, De Oliveira or Nauta, to do something about it. There's that false friend here, that the fake friend, the person who's supposed to be helping you out and saying everything's going to be fine, but I think they're starting to get the idea that they're in real trouble. They may not have fully understood that in the past. I don't think I'm going to get anything on Jack Smith. I think I'm going to get stuff on the other two. The past, you got the Eight of Swords. They're stuck. They have tied their wagon to Donald Trump. Donald Trump said they'll be fine. He'll take care of them. They believed him. They did everything he told them to. Whether or not what they knew they were doing was legal or illegal, I think they figured it out after a while that what they were doing was illegal, but they chose to make that decision. And now they have to live with the choices of that. You do the crime, you do the time. Plain and simple. That's where they're at right now. And Oh, that's interesting. Overarching energy is the death card. Something coming to an end. It might be the end of their freedom. Maybe it's an end to their loyalty to Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But something's coming to a close here with the release of this information. The lesson to be learned, again, when you've got fake friends who offer to pay for things for you, maybe they're starting to realize that that the person coming to the end isn't going to be Trump. It's going to be the two of them. These two guys are going to be the scapegoats. Trump is going to throw them under the bus to save himself. I don't know how that would work, but I think they're getting to that. And again, this could be the family saying, we will help you with this. Get a different attorney here.
Mm-hmm.
Out comes the Five of Swords. If,
oh gosh,
which is winning at all costs. It's also walking away from somebody who's a narcissist. And look, two guys walking away from a narcissist. If they get their energy up, if they realize how much trouble they're in, what they would want to do is just plead guilty, or try and cut what little deal you can cut now, cut it. You're probably both going to get prison time. The days of probation are out the door, but you need to get yourself your own attorney. If you decide to stick with Trump, you're going to go down with Trump. Trump's not getting away with this. Now, the most ironic thing is Trump may not live long enough to actually stand trial for this, or he may not be healthy enough or mentally competent enough to stand trial. By the way, Eileen Cannon's been delaying this case. So what's going to be left? It's going to be Nada and Olivares, de Olivares, as the two defendants, and Trump's not going to be there to bail their butts out.
Yeah,
they're so screwed. They are so screwed. They got to save themselves.
They do, and it's funny that you say that, because when that information came out, one of the things that popped into my head right away was, holy shit, I wonder if this is a message with the unsealing and whatnot. It's really fortuitous that it happened now, because it can act as a message to Nada and de Oliveira to say, here's some of the stuff we got. We got your picture. We've got the documents in your hand. So you might want to, now could be a good time to maybe say something. So I start off with the Hierophant. That's your government. This to me is Jack Smith. And he's he's dangling the keys. Look at that. See, I got two keys, one for each jail cell. But, depending on what you say to me, I don't know. I also get the Knight of Wands. And this is, this information is well, I'm sure he's had it for quite some time, but it is making the other two just kind of sit up and pay attention. That there's a lot of things, in order for us to walk away, there's a lot of things that have to happen. And there's a lot of kind of blocks that need to fit in place, and that's on the Trump side, where all that Jack Smith has to do is just have them show up to court. So, there's a lot of things have to go Trump's way. I think they are going to flip. I do think this is the Four of Wands. This is the kind of the celebration. It feels really lighthearted, like they have unburdened themselves, or are going to be unburdening themselves. That's what it feels like.
Can I say that Hierophant card for just a quick second?
Yeah.
With the keys. Hey, Gary, does that remind you all of Pirates of the Caribbean with the dog?
Oh.
Here, puppy.
They've been trying to get that dog to give him the keys for years.
Come on. What do you think, Gary?
Well, I want to see Dave's spread again if he still has it out there.
Oh, no, it's long gone.
Okay, so I got to do it from memory. It was the
2 coins is the
you drew the death
foundation.
card, right, on that?
Death card, yeah. The death card was the overarching energy. It's kind of what's the vibe is right now as we see it.
I kind of took it in two different ways. It's like that could be, Trump having some sort of health event. It could be that Judge Cannon somehow gets the case dismissed
or removed from her,
or removed. Yeah. Or the thing that kind of struck me is, or Trump loses his re-election bid. And if she's pushed this thing out past November and Trump loses the election, Walt Nafta and Carlos de Oliveira have nothing to gain at this point.
Nope.
There's no pardon at the end. And if they're going to flip, that's when they're going to be really, really motivated to say, you know what? I think I want to cut my losses at this point. Yeah. So that's kind of what I took from Dave's throw there.
And mind you, at that point, if Trump isn't reelected, you think that Jack Smith is going to offer them any kind of a similar deal that he might be able to offer now? He's going to say, I don't need you.
Exactly.
I got no deal for you. You should have taken it when it was on the table. It's not on the table anymore. We'll see you in court.
Yeah, but I don't think I don't disagree with you. But at the same time, it's Jack Smith really doesn't want those two. He wants Trump.
Yeah.
Yes,
they were just the ones doing his bidding, as it were. So if it makes the case stronger and it focuses on the one person I really do want to get, hey, more power to me. So we'll see.
Totally. Listen, CC Ryder would like to know, is Gary going to throw cards?
Not yet. I am learning the deck. When I sit with Dave on the Twin Tarot Talk, I am really paying attention to not only the cards and their meanings, but kind of how it weaves a narrative or a story.
Yes.
And there's a lot to pick up because you've got the high energy and the low energy, and Dave only throws them upright, so it's not like it's you turn it upside down, it means the opposite almost, right? So there is so much to learn. I am nowhere near ready for this, but I am gaining knowledge, and maybe one day Dave and I will start throwing cards at each other like we did when we were little.
Exactly. 52 pickup. Now that being said, I had a deck that I had originally got when I first started reading. I don't think I ever used it, but it was a deck that has the meanings of the cards typed on the cards.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's got both the upright and the reversed meanings on it. So yeah, he could fake it. He could throw cards down there and say, oh, I get the full card. Looks like somebody's starting on a new journey.
Yeah, you see, kind of like these.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very similar. But the problem is that it's more than just the card. It's okay, this card can mean this, but it's kind of, how does this weave into a narrative or into a theme? And that's where the practice comes in. Yeah, that's the real trick of it. I mean, that's what kind of makes it an art form than just following the instructions, right? You got to get a feel for that and how it flows.
Yeah, and your brother's very good at that.
He is.
I fake it with the best of them.
That's okay. No, I agree with you, Gary. I learn every time that I see David doing a reading. There's always something that I pick up, always something that I learn, because tarot it's never a skill that you fully master. You're always learning something new. Different interpretations, different this, different that. Yeah, but it's a good thing to do. It's a really good thing to do. Now, somebody asked, where was it now here? About Cannon. Is Cannon, well, okay, I can't see it now, but it was basically, is Cannon going to be gone? So we can we can take a look at that. I don't feel anything for her being gone anytime soon, but let's take a look. I would love to be wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Foundation of my reading. Judge Cannon. It's kind of going on around here. I guess look at the main card. Mystery. Oh, Kitten's up there. Sure.
Yes, Kitten came
Okay,
in
all
front
cat
of the
fanatics, you can ignore me while you watch the cat. Judge Cannon, there's still a lot of mystery and secrets going on around her, and about and there's agreements. So I think again, people that have been advising her, or if she's been in cahoots with folks, that's still kind of the foundation of what's going on with this.
Yeah.
Ooh, underneath it. I was about to say you got the 8 of coins. Could be working on the case, but this could also be some financial considerations, some financial dealings that have been going on with her in these agreements. Now, part of it's always been, we got you this job, we need a favor, but this might also be, oh, you've got some debts. Here, you just keep doing this, and we'll keep, giving you paper bags filled with $20,000 in it, just like Michael Cohen paid Redfinch. And nobody needs to know any better on that.
Exactly.
Okay, so Judge Cannon, we got the Chariot. Slow going. Just this case has been slowly grinding on. And she has slow walked everything, kind of like Jack walking behind you very quickly. And the current situation is the 2 of Swords. I don't know if she's backed herself into a corner with her indefinite ruling part on it. I think from watching Midas Touch, this would be like the second to last act for her. It's like the next ruling she gives is it has to come after the election ruling. So that's where she is right now. Think of this as like, I haven't made up my mind yet. Everything's in limbo. I need to make a decision type of thing.
Yeah.
Overarching energy is the 8 of Cups, the walking away. And again, you've got the sun, you got the moon eclipsing the sun, and there's, part of this is that delay. Do I delay it to August? But there might be a part of it where Jack Smith says, you know what, now's the time to get her removed from this case. If I've got nothing to lose, then, maybe I can get her removed. With just delaying it itself is not an appealable offense, but I'm not sure how he would go about that. The lesson to be learned is the Hierophant, that the court system can be slowed down and corrupted by a determined judge. This judge, this judge who's walked away from their responsibilities, they're supposed to be dispassionate. They can be just as destructive to democracy in this country as any stolen election could be.
Yeah.
Outcome is the 5 of Cups, disappointment, sorrow. I don't know. I mean, I'm not getting a feeling that she's getting, like Marina was saying, I'm not getting a feeling she's kicked off anytime soon. It's possible. There's a leaving energy and a disappointment energy. This could be the appeals court that finally, this case finally makes it to the appeals court, and the appeals court says, you are such a disappointment. You need to go. Oh, and there was that other thing. What was it? I'm not remembering the details. Jack Smith. Oh, of course, duh. I didn't get the 2 of Wands. That's why it didn't make sense. We had not one but 2, not law clerks. What were they called?
Oh, yeah.
Were they law clerks? I think law clerks.
Yeah.
2 law clerks that worked with her that left.
Yes.
And it would not be a surprise to me if she was doing something corrupt that they reported that corruption, because there was that whole vibe I think Linda G was getting, that Jack Smith sitting there with his feet up on the table looking pretty damn smug, that that she's not on the up and up. And I think in the comments that we had during that live chat, people were, or somebody had posted up like, that is, those law clerks getting a job underneath a federal judge, that is a plum position. People fight for those. And for not one, but two people to walk away, yeah, one person could have some issues, but two?
Yeah.
There might be shenanigans going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did that reading on the Twin Tarot Talk on those two law clerks.
Has that one gone up yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Gary and I record like 4 videos on a Saturday, and then we try and figure out, okay, which is the one that's most urgent. That needs to
I'm going to prioritize them.
Yeah. If it's just catty, like Marjorie Taylor Greene having a crush on Hunter Biden, that can wait. That crush is not going anywhere.
No.
That's just pure snark.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And hello, everyone that's come in. Thank you. I see that the number of people in here just kind of growing. So, yeah. Hello to each and every one of you, even if I haven't called you by name. And before I show you my cards yet, Gary, people wanted to know, was that a ghost or an actual human that walked by you?
Unfortunately, I am by the main hallway in this house, so I guess I need to point the computer against a different wall. But yeah, those are actual humans.
Actual humans. There you go. For inquiring minds, you now know.
It's ghosts in this house.
Yes. So here's I'll tell you the cards that I got, and then I'll tell you what my thing is. Okay. I got the 3 of Wands or 3 of Pentacles. Get the 4 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and the Devil. And what I'm picking up from that is, yes, she was appointed almost specifically in case this case came up. That's why she got she was appointed a judge. There are people behind her who are orchestrating and telling her what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And they're pulling the strings, right? She's just the front person, because there is, an entertainment purposes only, YouTube. There is money and other favors that would make her life easier that are involved. People are now with the exit of the 2 law clerks. People are now starting to slowly back away. Kind of like what's his face that went into the bushes. Not
Spicer.
Spicer, yes, yeah. Not
the Homer Simpson.
Yeah. And I think that these 2 law clerks have they are talking to Jack Smith, and they're telling him who she's been in touch with, who she's got deals with, who made phone calls to the office and so on. And one of these law clerks, I think we're going to find out, one of these law clerks made photocopies. One of them decided that, maybe I better open an SMA file, and these are the things that I'm going to put in it. But I think, I don't see her going anytime soon. But I do think that as things start to be more exposed to Jack Smith, I think, he's going to give her the opportunity to say that, she needs to spend more time with her family. So that's what I get. What'd you get, Gary?
What did I get?
No. Come on, you're part of this.
Yeah, I kind of focused in on the Devil card. And I was kind of wondering if that was the 2 law clerks pulling the chains off and saying, you know what, I'm freeing myself from this bond that I have created. That when you're throwing, is that was the one that kind of stuck out at me. It's like, I wonder if that's what the cards are saying.
Could very well be. Yeah.
The timing certainly in the position for that would certainly be that two people made a decision that, nope, not a part of this.
Yes.
I've got a whole law career in front of me.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And particularly it's right next to, the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is making a, never mind. I lost my train of thought. It does that every once in a while. That the brain, it just goes on these little mini vacations and forgets to tell me that
they're at a decision point. Do you want to keep your bar card, or do you want to tie a millstone named Donald Trump around your neck for no good reason?
Exactly. So I think her Judge Cannon's karma is going to catch up with her, and she will end up living the life that she deserves, put it that way. Okie dokie. Now, the Iranian president, Ibrahim Raisi, was killed in that helicopter crash, and they've set the election for June 28th. Now, things are a little challenging and have been for quite some time between Iran and Israel. Wanted to see if we could toss a few cards and find out if you just, I'm sure that this was just an unfortunate accident because the equipment was so old. Just for shits and giggles. Yeah.
Was this an unfortunate accident?
Yeah. Hey, Rose Blue.
All right, let's see. What's the energy? We have unfortunate accidents happening over there. Temperance. That's taking your time, exercising patience.
Yes.
Detoxification. You could make an argument it's aged equipment. Notice the wings, so it's something that flies. Yes. This is something that's old, needs, and this is kind of like needs lots of maintenance to keep it up. And if somebody wanted to off him, you could skimp on some of the maintenance that's being done on his personal helicopter. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It wouldn't take a lot to have some issues.
Yeah.
Cross with the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Wands. I think the call came from inside the house, as Bo, the fifth column, says.
Yeah.
Somebody was taking their time, sneaking around, getting away with it, spying the camp type stuff, or agents, and you got the Knight of Wands. It was a plot that was slowly developing over time. Again, entertainment purposes only and conspiracy theories only. These cards would be much more indicative of somebody plotting than just a maintenance thing. Now, it could be a maintenance thing. Somebody's just not doing their job. They're cutting corners and stuff like that. But the Knight of Wands kind of gives it a progression. And it could just be corruption. Just like what Russia's seeing with their equipment. Yeah. But of course, then we get the Three of Coins, another conspiracy, people plotting and planning in the background. This was an inside job. King of Cups, unpopular ruler with people, which is why these plots get hatched in the first place. And taking that into account. The Devil card, not a people person. This guy was not a lot of fans, not a lot of friends. They celebrated when they found out his helicopter crashed. This was not a beloved person. This is somebody with no friends anywhere. And, you have to have friends in high places, but when you're in high places, you better have friends that were taking care of you when you were on the ground. And he had the friends in high places. He didn't have the friends in low places where he needed them. Lesson to be learned is the Knight of Wands. this may not be the first helicopter crash we see with people. It could lead to an investigation on that, but this may not be the last one that we see, because this is kind of like the penultimate panel. This is waiting for the next thing to happen. Now, if there was a conspiracy, these guys may be waiting to see if they're caught or not, if they need to flee. But yeah, there's a spy in the camp. Look at that. Good Lord. I couldn't pick more of my conspiracy cards if I tried.
Yeah.
So I always thought, okay, it's very likely this is just a helicopter crash that just happened to be containing the defense minister and the president just as they're going over a mountain in the fog. I'm sure it's just a coincidence, and the other helicopters made it just fine.
Yeah, it's just it's amazing how that happened.
Yeah.
I too got the devil, and I also got the 10 of Pentacles, and that mirrored very nicely what you said about the seeing these two together. Is this guy was not very well liked, because the 10 of Pentacles is, kind of a happy, everything is going fantastic, good health, we've got abundance, and so on. But here next to the devil, it was like, he might have had all that, but the people around him didn't have all that. I think someone decided that it was time for him to perhaps leave with the 6 of Swords. There were, some people, and look, 3 of Swords, again, the pain, heartache, walking away, whatnot. The 5 of Cups, walking away, this was somebody was quite happy when this happened and breathed a sigh of relief. Because they decided to take a stand, and he had to go. But I honestly, when I posed the question, I thought that maybe I was being a little too out there.
Not so sure now.
Not so sure now.
You want to see something else that's out there? Take a look at Tyler Newman's comment that's just about to clear the page.
Hold on, Tyler Newman, just a minute. Looks like special counters acts we're planning to indict in July over 200 years. Oh, you don't say.
No, that one does require verification. That would be amazing.
Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put that up. There we go. Let's take a look. What?
Not seeing anything on a quick Google search here.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it's not true, but I'm just not. There's nothing on Google that's popped up yet.
Okay.
Tyler, do you have a source that you can cite?
Yeah, if you got a link, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, that would be great. And while we're waiting for Tyler to put that in there for us, what did you get, Gary? What was your sense on?
There was look out the window over here.
There was like David mentioned, we watch Beau of the Fifth Column. He has a lot of insight into the foreign affairs, and he actually had an interesting point that he made, was that the president was actually kind of in line for the next supreme leader. When the supreme leader was going to step down, this guy was first in line, and that he felt that there was a strong possibility. It could have just been a mechanical error. I mean, they were flying in fog as thick as pea soup into the side of a mountain. Okay, well, Dave's patience card was like, yeah, you could have been a little more patient and waited for the weather to clear. But if you had a lot of political aspirations and ambitions and you wanted to clear a path towards the supreme leader, that's the person you need to get out of the way. And now you've put yourself in a much better position to go after that. So, when Dave was throwing his cards, I was kind of keeping that in the back of my mind. And it's just like, as much as I don't like to believe in conspiracy theories, like Dave said, this could have been a phone call from inside the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I don't think Israel had anything to do with it. I don't think, even though they're taking a page out of Putin's playbook, I don't think Russia had anything to do with this.
Yeah.
So as this could have,
Yeah.
it could have been just an accident, but boy, oh boy, what a convenient accident for a bunch of ambitious politicians.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Very,
very. And this is somebody who's probably made a lot of enemies. This is probably somebody who's made a lot of enemies.
Yes.
Over there. So if he had incarcerated the mechanic's brother-in-law, or done his sister was arrested and assaulted by guards or something like that, you might get a fuel line that accidentally gets cut, or a hydraulic line that's got a lot of air in it, type of thing.
Yeah. You don't want to fly a helicopter without hydraulics.
Yeah, anything could happen, but this is interesting. Okay, well, we haven't seen anything or heard anything from Tyler, so we'll just kind of let that one go and hope that we can it was a momentary pleasure, but now it's gone. So okay, the other thing, wait, Hilda Flores?
CC Ryder also was saying that. So CC's also saying that there's no credible source for that rumor, and that it was debunked weeks ago. Hilda, if you've got, she's just reposting it for those.
Okay.
Folks
All right, got it. Okay. Now there was. Let me see what else. I've got so many things on here that it's wonderful. Associated Press had their live feed cut in Israel. They were, of course, they had, they were filming live in Gaza. And they had not only their feed cut, but they also had their equipment confiscated. And the White House is saying that maybe Israel should reverse that decision. I think my worry is when you don't allow people to kind of see what's going on, it's because you don't want them to see what's going on. So what is it that Israel is afraid is going to get out there? That right? So
narrative.
Yeah.
That this irritates me. This is such a difficult situation because Israel does not treat the Palestinians well, but that doesn't justify launching thousands of rockets and kidnapping several hundred people. So there's a lot of bad behavior on both sides with this one, but this is just a live feed. This should not impact anything with Israel. And knowing that they have a very far right extremist government in there, it's like, as I say in my readings, the sun is never the friend of Trump or many of his Republican MAGA allies. The fact that you have this equipment out there and Israel doesn't want it there, it just is taking it down under some lame thing like Hamas is using it for something. Dude, no, I have an idea. Stop butchering civilians.
Yeah.
and maybe things will go better for you. So what's going on with this situation here? Two of Wands. The world is watching.
Yeah.
And when you have a camera up there, you're giving them a live feed, so you can't control the narrative. And the narrative that Israel wants to put out there is like, oh, we're bringing aid, and we're not trampling children at all. We're not destroying their houses, but the world's seeing what they're doing, and what Israel is seeing is that they are losing the narrative. They're losing. They're not the belle of the ball in this relationship. They are equally bad, if not worse. And this is something that the United States was warning them. It's like you have to have a measured response, and Israel does not look like it has a measured response. Their response is we are going to just take in bulldozers and wrecking balls and just cut a swath of destruction through Palestine because screw you.
Yeah.
In the past, we got the Hermit card. The equipment set up there so people could see what was going on. Current situation is the King of Cups, Netanyahu, not, again, losing the narrative. Israel it's all bad PR for Israel. So rather than fix their behavior, they get rid of the thing that's causing their bad PR that they can't control. Instead of controlling the thing, like, oh, I don't know, stop bombing civilians and stuff like that, they go the other route. Stop looking.
Yes.
While we do this. The overarching energy is the Ace of Swords. And he did it because he could.
Yeah.
The world is watching. The world is, again, people are understanding more what's going on and who the good guys and the bad guys are. Look at all these aces here. There's going to be a lot of international outrage. Again, you already said Biden spoke out against it. Other world leaders are going to speak out against it. I think they're going to put pressure on Netanyahu to put those things right back where he found it, because, you know, it's just one of those things. Having a camera over there shouldn't prevent you from prosecuting your war. It's just going to prevent you from massacring things and having people see it firsthand. Outcome is the Seven of Wands. Israel's going to resist putting that stuff back up. They're going to basically say, we're in a war. We're controlling things. I think those cameras may go back up at some point, but only after Israel has done what they want to do in that area, such that when the cameras go back up, there's no fighting in that area.
Yeah.
You know, it's now been decimated. I don't know the area that they put it up. I don't know why Israel is upset that there are cameras there or what operation Israel has going on, but it sounds like they will keep those down. They may take more down until they feel like they don't need to force the issue anymore, and then they'll let them go back up. But by then it's too little, too late.
Exactly. Thank you for that very kind donation, Kelly. Gary and David, thank you.
Happy Tuesday, Kelly.
Now talk over.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Where do I start with these? Okay.
Well, I usually start at the end.
You start at the end.
Just cut to the chase, Carl.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Cut to the chase. This isn't going to work out very well.
Okay. Now start at the beginning. It's like those TikToks. They end with the ending, and then they go all the way through to the ending, and it loops you right to the beginning again. There's an art to it.
Yes.
Speaking of art. Gary's got that art.
Oh,
sparkly art behind him. We're gonna have to set the shed up.
I tried turning off the light, and I became like so dark. It's like, oh my god, that's not gonna work. But you won't have any ghosts walking behind. If something walks behind me now, it's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. It's going to take you a little while, till you figure out what spot in the house is going to work for you in terms of, where you can spend time in front of the camera and where the lighting is good. It's been 2 years later and I'm still working on it. Okay. So in terms of Netanyahu, he basically he looked around and he could kind of see the fruits of his labor, right? He could take stock of what it was that he had done, and he didn't really like the idea that people out there were seeing it. So this is and this is also he wants to be able to, like you say, to control the narrative. So this way, whatever I tell you happened, and there isn't a camera there who can either confirm or deny that. It's not going to work out. Because yeah, the camera wasn't hurting anyone being where it was. The camera is not a threat to you. It's simply, noticing what's going on. I think that he talked to a few people and decided that no, he wanted to step an old SOB. It's my way or the highway. This is what I'm going to do. I think that he made an agreement with a couple of his cabinet people to kind of go along with this, but will they put them back up? I think that there's probably going to be enough pressure put on them that yeah, he will, but yeah, don't look for it to be put up anytime soon. Yeah. Okie dokie. What do you get? What's your sense, Gary?
Well, Marina, I'll tell you, the tower car, I think, says it all. Yeah. It's kind of like, the police now have all body cams. If that body cam gets turned off, nothing good is happening while that thing is off, right? So AP traditionally has been kind of hitting the balls right in the center field. They're not, Reuters and AP tend to be right up the middle. They're not hard to the left. They're not hard to the right. They may lean a little left. They may lean a little right, but everything's going up the middle. And if you're turning them off, it's one of two reasons. One, the cameras are showing something that could be militarily sensitive as far as like troop movements or tactics that you don't want being communicated, or you're doing something that you shouldn't be. Exactly. And when you pull the tower card, it kind of tells you everything you need to know that this is a bad decision that's not built on a good foundation, and it's really not going to end well. Everything is going to come collapsing on this.
Yes. Yeah. It's not. I really don't see this turning out very well for Netanyahu in a lot of ways. I think, yeah, David, you mentioned it earlier that, yes, that Israel certainly had a right to respond, but this is, yeah, you bring a gun to a night fight, right? And not good. It's not a good look, and some of the things that he has said have not been so great and whatnot. But anyway, okay, listen, we are at 1 hour and 2 minutes, and I don't want to scare Gary away, so like him maybe to consider coming back at some point in the future, and all that good stuff. So how was your first time, Gary?
Oh, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I was kind of keeping an eye on the chat, and next time I'm going to have to make sure I'm logged into my email so I can kind of respond every once in a while when people are asking if there's ghosts coming behind me. No, but it's really, I'm really enjoying this. I'm learning from everyone, from when Dave throws, when you're throwing, or I joined. I wasn't on the show with Linda G, but I was watching it. So, learning from that. And then just even the folks in the chat, you learn from them as well. I mean, unfortunately, some of the stuff looks like conspiracy you learn, but I didn't realize that there was 200 GOP senator or congressmen that were going to get indicted. But my first thought was, wow, how is he going to pull that one off? That's a lot of people to throw under the bus there. So that'd be a tough one. But yeah, I'm just learning from everyone, and I'm really having a lot of fun doing this with all of you. So thank you all for that showed up in the chat to watch this.
Absolutely.
You were entertained.
Wonderful. Thank you. Don't forget, like Gary said, like David says, do the YouTube thing, do the like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment after the show. If there's something that you would like us to look at for the show in 2 weeks' time, put it in the comments. You never know what could come up. right? More than glad.
We might be talking about the first criminally convicted felonious president. Former
Absolutely.
president.
Anything is possible. And just one last thing before I let you guys go. I just wanted to let you know, for those of you that are interested in signing up for the Achieving Union 30-day course, don't let the 30 days scare you. It's very much self-driven, and it might require half an hour a day of your time, and you can spread it throughout the day. But just send me an email and I will send you the information. And that course starts on June 1st. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for being here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I hope
Thank you.
Okay, all righty. Take care, everyone. See you
Bye,
later.
guys. Have a great night.